Man, we're stronger together. Yeah. 'Cause he's right in the middle. I used to think love meant perfect, every moment shining bright. But now I know love goes deeper, it survives the hardest nights. When the storms kept rolling in and my heart felt torn apart, God stepped in and held us steady.
Can you look at me for a second?
Sure, what's up?
Be honest. Did you happen to look at a single page of the instructions before you started screwing things together?
Instructions? Come on, babe, you playing me. You know I don't need a manual for a bookshelf. It's wood and some screws. It's intuitive.
Intuitive?
Yeah.
Babe, the shelf is doing the cha-cha slide every time I breathe on it. It's wobbling.
Babe, you tripping. That's not the shelf. That's clearly, the structural integrity of the floor. The house is crooked.
Babe, the house is crooked? No, the house is fine. It's the shelf that's challenged.
Sure it is.
By the way, can you tell me why there's a pile of 20 screws left over? You can't just have bonus screws.
Those are customer appreciation screws. IKEA is, generous like that.
Okay, look at this diagram. It literally says right here, step 1, attach the back panel. That's what keeps it from collapsing. You save the back panel for last.
Wait, that's not decorations?
Oh my goodness, you're joking, right? It's the foundation. Without it, we just have a pile of wood that literally threatens our safety.
Okay, fine. I hear you. So wait, we have to take it apart and do the walk of shame back to step 1?
Yep. And this time, we are following the little cartoon man in the booklet. No skipping steps, please.
All right. I get it. We need the boring foundation pieces or the fun stuff falls down.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And you already know your girl is about to turn this into a deep life lesson, right?
Oh, I saw it coming. You're turning our particle board disaster into a marriage metaphor.
I mean, if the screw fits.
Okay, fair play. Let's roll the intro.
Hey. Welcome back to House of Saints, living, loving, and growing. I'm Jay.
And I'm John. And guess what, folks? It is week 3.
Week 3. Let's go. This is going super fast. We have a good one for you today, though.
Yep.
And quick recap if you're new. Last week we talked about communication. Specifically how my baby needs 3 to 5 business days to process feelings. And me, I want to solve all the world's problems immediately.
Right. We used to have fights about when to have the fight. It was crazy.
Insane. But we're learning. So today we're talking about the thing that actually keeps us from throwing the towel in or throwing the towel at each other.
Faith. Keeping God at the center.
Absolutely.
And before you roll your eyes and think, oh, great, here comes the preachy stuff, stick with us.
Yeah, stick with us because the goal is to keep things practical, not preachy.
But truthfully, if we didn't have God, I don't think we'd still be married.
Oh, for sure. 0% chance.
0.
There were times where the only thing keeping us in the same room was, Jesus.
Facts.
So there's this famous verse, Ecclesiastes 4:12. It talks about a cord of 3 strands.
Right.
1 string breaks easy. 2 strings are okay. But 3 strings woven together? I mean, that thing is tough to snap.
Exactly.
In marriage, the math is you plus me plus God. That's the unbreakable cord. But here's the thing people get wrong. They think if you love Jesus, marriage is suddenly a Disney movie with better music.
It is not. Being a Christian doesn't mean your spouse magically stops leaving wet towels on the bed.
Wait, hold on. You've got to be kidding me. We're doing this now?
Apparently.
What, do I do that or you? By the way, you leave wet towels on the bed and the floor.
The towel was damp. It wasn't wet.
It made a puddle.
A small puddle.
Still a puddle.
Okay. Okay.
But my point is, faith doesn't make you less annoying to live with automatically. It doesn't remove the hard stuff.
No. But it gives you a place to stand
Right.
when the floor starts wobbling, to call back to the bookshelf.
Okay, I see you.
Thanks.
So, what does God at the center actually look like? It's not just praying before dinner or having a fish sticker on your car. It
Right.
changes how you make decisions.
Mhm.
Instead of asking what makes us rich or happy right now, you ask, what is God actually calling us to do?
Right. It's a completely different lens.
Exactly.
We might disagree on the how, but we agree on the why.
Yeah, and that's huge.
Right.
Because when you're coming from the same foundation, even when you disagree, you're still on the same team.
Exactly. And it changes how you fight.
Oh, yes. And this is huge. Because when we're in the middle of a cage match argument,
Right.
faith is that annoying little voice that says, hey, you're being a jerk.
Ugh, I hate that voice.
Right.
It's like, do you want to win this argument or do you want to be loving and represent Christ? And I'm usually like, can I win first and then be loving later?
But you can't.
Nope.
Faith forces a reset. It reminds you that the person you're yelling at is a child of God, not just the person who loaded the dishwasher wrong.
Right.
It forces humility.
Yeah.
It reminds me that I need grace just as much as you do.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
shifts the mindset from me versus you to us versus the problem. We're on the same team.
And I think that's the biggest shift. When you
Mhm.
see yourself as teammates instead of opponents, everything changes.
Absolutely. And honestly, it changes the purpose of the marriage.
How so?
If the goal is just happiness, you're going to bail the second things get boring or hard.
Right. Because happiness is based on circumstances.
Exactly.
And circumstances change.
But if the goal is serving God and loving others, you stick it out because the mission is bigger than your mood.
Whew, that's good. Which takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
We don't have to be perfect. We just have to be faithful.
Thank goodness, because perfect is not in my bio.
Not mine either.
Right.
And it's interesting, when we both focus on God individually, we naturally drift closer to each other. It's that triangle concept. God's at the top, we're at the bottom corners. As we move up toward him, the distance between us shrinks.
Ooh, that's a good one. So simple, but it works.
Yeah.
And I've seen this in our marriage. When I'm spending time with God, reading, praying, I'm more patient with you.
Same. When I'm in the Word, I'm less reactive.
Right.
I'm, more thoughtful.
Because we're becoming more like Christ, which means we're becoming more patient, more loving, more forgiving.
Exactly.
Now, people ask us, did you always have this?
We tried to have it.
Yeah.
When we were dating, we read books and the Word together, which, by the way, is a great relationship hack.
Yeah, we'd read a chapter and argue about it.
Right.
But it taught us how to communicate.
Right.
How to disagree respectfully.
Mm-hmm.
How to bring God into the hard conversations.
Right. And we prayed together, which, let's be real, is super awkward at first.
So
It's like
awkward.
public speaking, but your audience is God and the person you're trying to impress.
Right. You like, do I sound spiritual enough? I wonder what they're thinking.
Right.
But you push through the cringe and it becomes normal. It builds intimacy.
Yeah. And that foundation we built while dating, that carried us through some really hard times in our marriage.
So true. Because we already had this shared commitment to putting God first.
Right.
So when things got tough, we could fall back on that.
We weren't just trying to make each other happy. We were also trying to honor God with our marriage.
Exactly. So for the dating couples listening, try not to wait until the wedding to figure this out.
Right.
If you can't agree on the foundation now, the house is going to fall down later.
Yeah. Build the habits now. Read together. Pray together. Talk about what role faith will play in your future marriage.
Because if you wait until after the wedding, it's going to be so much harder.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about the couples where one person is all in and the other is, let's say, spiritual-ish?
That is tough.
Yeah.
And we can't fix that in a 17-minute episode. But you can't nag someone into faith.
No, you just have to live it out, be the example, and be patient.
Yeah, and honestly, we've seen God do incredible things in marriages where one person was skeptical and then slowly started seeking.
Right.
It just takes time.
And grace, always, always grace.
You can't force it. You just have to trust God's timing.
Right.
So, practical steps. How do we actually build this foundation without using an Allen wrench?
Right. First, read the Bible together. Just open it. You don't need a theology degree. Just read a bit and ask, what does this mean for us?
Yeah, it gives you a shared vocabulary.
Exactly.
And you're going to disagree sometimes about what a passage means. And that's okay. It opens up good conversations.
Right. You're learning together. And as you read, you're building this foundation. You're getting to know God's character, his heart for marriage.
Exactly. And it's not just about reading together. It's about seeking God together, seeking understanding and meaning.
Right.
Also, praying together, talking about what God is showing you, being vulnerable about your struggles.
Yeah. And you grow together spiritually. You're not just roommates who happen to share a bed. You're partners in faith.
Exactly.
Also, if you see a couple that's been married 20, 30 years and they're still, holding it down, ask them how they did it.
Yeah, most couples are happy to share what they've learned. And you'll find patterns, things that work.
Right. And it gives you hope.
Yes.
You see that it's possible to go the distance.
You can also talk to people who things may not have gone as hoped for. They may be able to give you insight to pitfalls, helping you to avoid them.
Absolutely.
And lastly, remember that faith is a long game.
Right.
Sometimes God feels distant. Sometimes the marriage feels dry.
That's when you lean on the routine. You keep showing up, even when you don't feel it.
Yeah. Because faith isn't about feelings.
Right.
It's about trust.
And when one of you is weak, the other one has to be strong. That's the three strands working.
I love that.
Yeah.
There's this verse in 1 Corinthians 13, the love chapter. And it talks about faith, hope, and love. And it says the greatest is love. But notice that faith and hope are right there too.
Mm-hmm.
They all work together. You can't have lasting love without faith and hope. They're all, intertwined.
So it's not just love conquers all.
Right.
It's love plus faith plus hope conquers all.
Exactly. That's the 3-strand cord in action.
I love it.
All right, so here's your homework for the week.
Don't worry, it's easier than IKEA instructions.
Right. Talk to your spouse. Ask, is God actually at the center of this, or is he just a decoration? Be honest. Start the chat.
And have some grace with the answers. Don't attack. Just have the conversation.
Yeah, be vulnerable. Say, I want us to grow in this area. What's one thing we could do to make God more central?
I got an idea. You can always rely on our daily devotionals. Because faith isn't something you figure out once and you're done.
Absolutely. It's like building furniture.
Except with fewer Allen wrenches. And hopefully less wobbling.
Hopefully. And way less arguing about the instructions.
Yes.
From our house to yours, we're so grateful you're here.
Next week, we are talking conflict without collapse. How to fight fair without burning the house down.
Ooh, it's gonna be a good one.
Sure is. Get ready.
Thanks for hanging out at the House of Saints.
Living, loving, and growing.
And seriously, if you buy furniture this week, read the instructions. Please.
Trust us on that one.
Learn from our mistakes.
Bye, everyone.
Until next time.
Trying to be strong on my own, but then he showed me something better. Love was never mine alone. When the weight felt way too heavy, and I couldn't understand, he reminded me that covenant is built by more than just our hands.
So when fear starts creeping in or the fire feels too strong, we remember who's between us. He's the one who keeps us strong. 'Cause it's you holding us together when we're weak. And it's you healing places we can't reach.
When the world pulls on